Hey guys, it's Charlie G. I am back, and I just want to give these 5 pointers if you're in your teenage years, whether you're 12 up to about 20, and you can also apply these later on in life as well. These are not specific, but it's just some things I was doing when I was in my teen years, and I think it's important that we do. Our teen years helps us start planting our ground roots to where we're going to be later on in life. And it's never too late. You probably are not there yet, but that doesn't mean it's too late for you to take these steps. So these are the 5 things I encourage you to do if you're in your teen years, anywhere from 12 to about 20. This can apply to you. So the first thing is, you are a teen. Dream as big as possible. Make this enormous dream of what you want in life, whether that's your occupation, your house that you want to get, the car you want to drive, everything, the amount of money that you want to have. Dream as big as possible, because during these years, it is what kind of helps you drive forward. And I don't know if you've heard this, but a lot of neighborhoods where they see a lot of violence, they don't see no hopes for their future, and in turn it just keeps recycling the same things over and over. But if you start thinking about it and dreaming out of that, someone eventually will step out of being in that same cycle and break that cycle completely, where they're going to be bigger and reach that stage of where they were dreaming it about. So it's very important that you dream as big as possible during these years, because life hasn't really quite hit you yet, and you have the opportunity to be ready for it and know where you're aiming for. Set a goal for yourself at that point. And these can deviate later on in life, but it doesn't really matter. You can do these things right now. So dream as big as possible. The second thing is experiment. Experiment like crazy. Anything that you like to do, you have a passion for, experiment with it. See what it's like doing XYZ. See what happens, because if you fail right now, it's okay. You can rebound. You have the whole rest of your life to try and fix those issues, whatever the case is. So if you have a certain career you like to experiment with, go ahead and do it. Like for me, I was doing so many things. I was opening computers up. I was hacking satellite boxes to get certain TV channels. And I got into music around my teenage years as well. So I was able to experiment and make some mishaps and see what worked and didn't work for me. But it gave me some experience to figure out where it is that I want to go forward in life and what I really want to do. Those years do matter, because you learn and say, nah, this is not for me, or this is for me. I have a passion for this. I still do music till this day, and I think it's because of the fact that I was able to experiment. If I started doing music where I'm at now, I don't think I would have been able to accomplish as much as I have till this point, and I wouldn't be as knowledgeable as well. Like when you start something when you're younger, you are more likely to excel at it much further as you get older. That doesn't mean that if you start later on, you're not going to excel at it. That's not what I'm saying, because we have so many success stories where we hear about that. What I'm saying is, if you start something early as you started, later on, as 5-10 years go by, you become so great at it. So experiment, learn different things that you like, see what you like and what you don't like, take away, because it helps you fold into the careers that you get into and the person that you become as well. Number 3, get some work experience. I started my first job when I was 12. I didn't really consider it a job, but I was making money, so it was work. There was a guy, pretty much, he picks you up, you sell candy door to door from home to home. I wasn't killing it. I was probably making like $20 a night sometimes, working like 2-3 hours. And on the weekends, we make a little bit more money, sometimes $50, $60. But it depends if you're having a good weekend, and it's all based on sales. It wasn't hourly. I started doing that, but it led to the way for me to be able to get my own cable subscription. In my main household, not my extended family household, we didn't have cable. I knew that my parents had some financial difficulties affording that. So I knew if I wanted it, I should do it myself. So I went and got a job, so that was the first thing I did. My mother did trust me to take responsibility to continue paying for it, so luckily I had that, because there's no way at 13 I had any credit to be able to qualify to pay for it myself. I also worked at fast food later on. I tutored a majority throughout my high school years. I tutored after school. It was a great experience for me because it taught me, like, tutoring teaches you as well to be patient and learn from whoever it is that you're tutoring. I also worked at a library, and I worked at a concierge fitness center. I was a front desk. I had all these experiences during my teenage years, but it helped me fold into the person that I became. All these work experiences that you get helps fold your character to your occupation, and kind of helps you know what you can and cannot tolerate, help you be friendly. It just builds your work personality, which you need to really excel in the real world, the real career world. So these things were very important to shaping the person that I am. Get a bank account if you can. My first bank account, I couldn't do it by myself because I was underage. My uncle co-signed for me, and I think I deposited maybe $500 in there. But I continued to put money here and there, just deposit. And at one point, even my mother deposited like $500 in there for me. But it taught me how to save. And over the course of a year or 2 years, I was able to save a little over almost $2,000. It may seem that it's not much, but as a teen, you're really not making as much. It was a lot for me. But I was able to buy a console system. I remember when I got my first PS2, I was like 14 years old. It was great because I worked to get that, and I was able to earn that. It felt so good. And it's just these principles and root system that you set for yourself early on. Later in life, it teaches you how to work for the things that you want. It was very important, especially to me, to be able to accomplish that. My parents weren't really the ones that really pushed me towards getting that bank account. I had to really be the one that said, okay, I should be saving. I took that initial steps. But the earlier you can start saving, the better it is. And you may be even younger watching this video. If you stumble upon it, just start saving as early as you can. And it doesn't have to be as much as possible, especially if you're younger. You're gonna have to spend some money and enjoy it a bit. Which leads me to the last point I have. You have to enjoy your teen years. You have to enjoy as much as possible, because you're not going to get a repeat of that leisure of time that you had in your teen years as you have in your 20s, 30s, etc. Maybe if you retire early, who knows? But your teen years, you're never going to be able to repeat it with the same opportunity that you had. So enjoy it with your friends and family as much as you can. As my friends got towards college, we did not have the same schedule, and we were not able to be able to have as much fun as we did in our teen years. Like, we used to go to the park, spend 4 or 5 hours playing handball and just chilling, and just come home not having to worry about a job, money. I would wake up like 12 o'clock the next day. It was good. Watch movies when I did get home. Like, it was so good. I had really much to worry about. Other than not having money to buy whatever I want, I was able to live and enjoy life as much as I could during my teenage years. So I encourage you to do that. Even if you're in your late teens, in your 20s, take advantage of the time that you have, even a bit of it. If you started college, take a bit of time to enjoy as much as you can. These are my 5 pointers. I hope that you take them into account. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Drop a comment if you can. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear about your experiences. Until next time.